Here's the moon in progression with my new PS. This ain't my P900. This is. I just got two cameras, people. I got a S9900, and yesterday I just purchased a new P900. So I just set this one up on a tripod here, this 99, and I'm gonna let that moon traverse the screen right there. Enjoy it or don't. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it more than once. I'm probably gonna incorporate my telescope mounts. I got like 5 or 7 telescopes, and I got mounts from all. I'm probably going to incorporate one of my telescope mounts to mount my camera on. A P900, folks, and I'm going to go over to the beach, and I'm going to do a line of sight after high tide myself, but I'm going to do it with the P900, and I'm going to set the elevation at 4 feet at my camera lens, and I'm going to shoot 2 points at 4 feet, and then I'm going to do a third line of sight out at the 3rd mile and see if it hits at 4 feet in both directions, so I don't have to even measure the curvature. I can shoot it flat and know it's flat at high tide. That's what I'm going to do. I got this P900 for a reason, and it's going to go to work. I ain't far from Portland right now. I'm sure I can find a beach, and I'll have a good time doing it too. Cruising the 5.0. There ain't nothing funner than flying down the highway in your 5.0. I'll tell you what, that's a good experience to just drive and drive and drive, listening to the motor. I don't even play tunes, I just listen to the motor. Anyway, I thought, would that take 6 minutes for the moon to totally almost traverse that screen? I wish I had an umbrella behind me to block the sun so I could chase the moon myself. Pretty bright. But yeah, I was a little bit depressed on this camera when I first got it. This is a used one, 50 bucks, folks. I bought it for 50 bucks, and it looked like it had a growth in the lens, but it don't, man. It's clean, crystal. If you can see it, I'd like to know where it is, because I've looked in the spot up all over looking for where I can see it on the lens. Yeah, I can see something on there. It's real minute, but it sure gives a good digital picture from what I can tell, from what I've seen of this $50 wonder. I paid well over $500 for that new P900. It's in the mail right now. I just got a confirmation on it. Yeah, there's your moon. That's pretty good looking moon we have. I love her to death. Anyway, I think that's as high as it goes, unless I didn't get a manual with it, so I'm gonna have to do some experimenting with it and all. But don't want that to happen. It's a cheap mount for you. Now it's not releasing to bounce right back. There we go. But yeah, I want to know how it's possible here for the moon to get between the sun and the earth and not get pulled away into the sun since the gravity of the Earth has supposedly got the moon locked in its orbit, and the gravity of the moon's supposed to be pulling the tides and the waves, creating the tides, and the sun's supposed to be holding the Earth in its orbit. Then how is it that when the moon goes between the Earth and the sun's gravitational force doesn't overpull the Earth's gravitational force and pull the moon away, as the sun's gravitational force is quite large, quite more than it would have to be. Look at the size that they claim, and how their gravity theory works on the bigger mass, the bigger the pull. So, but the Earth just has that wonder of gravity that just is able to hold the moon in its orbit no matter what. It just holds it. Anyway, I'm just babbling. I'm just gonna go download this and see how it looks. I'm practicing for my eclipse. I'm in the line of path of 100. So therefore I must practice filming Sister Moon. I'll have to film at about that level of intensity though, so I can get the whole thing. In there, where I'll be doing it a little smaller. I'll have my S99, my P900, and my S82 all focused in on this spectacular event. You know what's funny, people? This is just one of them great events in history of nature, the eclipse that we're getting, and you're gonna have so many fucking cameras on it that it's ridiculous. But the greatest feat in the history of mankind, the construction of the International Space Station, and not one photograph of its build in space. And you guys don't find that just a little bit odd? How about it not having a machine shop? How can that thing possibly survive without a machine shop? Even a fucking submarine has a machine shop, people. And that's how, I mean, when you get out there and you're on your own, that's it, you're on your own. You can't fucking go down to the hardware store and buy your bolt. You're gonna have to build you one. You're gonna have to have your machine shop, your welding shop, and all the shit that goes along with being able to maintain an existence within a metal skeletal, exoskeletal vessel container that's holding your life line of air and nitrogen and all your, you know. But they don't have any camera work of its construction whatsoever. And I tell you the truth, I haven't seen one of their astronaut fucking comic relief fucks on the TV. They're so-called scientists. They're not even fucking scientists. They're lesser quality of a fucking third grade school teacher. Every one of them fucking people I seen on that International Space Station, there ain't a one of them that would have made a third grade teacher. And that's in their indoctrination system. And they've got them fucking idiots telling the whole world that it's up in 230 miles away or whatever it is from Earth. 250, I think. I got so many freaking numbers in my brain. I think the International Space Station's 250 miles away. I'll be watching for satellites tonight, Daniel Pratt. I got my fucking camera here. Enslaved by media. You keep up the good work too. But yeah, Dan, I got a P900 coming, and I'm gonna be putting it to work. I might be going to fucking Seattle and swoop you up if you don't mind. We'll go fucking measure this curvature ourselves. I know how to do it. I'll get us a couple story sticks, and I got the P900, and I'll get a tripod, and when this job here ends, then I'll make my next job up in Seattle, and I'll swoop up that way, and we'll go fucking measure this curvature that doesn't exist. We'll be the famous motherfuckers. Either that or they'll kill us on the way. Yes, sirree. But the only thing I'm gonna die for, and there is no death, people. It's you move on, but no, the only thing I'll be terminated for is improving the existence of this mortal realm for the posterity to come, because they don't really stand a chance on what we allow this corporate government to get away with today. They are just fucking running rampant with impunity, doing whatever the fuck they want, killing people right and left with total impunity, not amnesty, impunity. They do it at will, and they're going to continue to do it at will until they're all gone, people. And they're not going to all be gone ever, because there's more of them coming up right behind them. If you know what I mean. They're not going to go away unless you put them away. Need to round them all up and go box them in on an island and give them a dome of their own. For real. If any one of us had done even a fraction of what they all have done, we would never be looking at the light of day again, folks. Never. Yet we allow those politicians who are supposed to be making choices in our benevolent behalf impunity. They run rampant with impunity. I'm just watching the moon, folks. I'm sorry, I'm just jabbering too. I think it's pretty phenomenal. I'll probably do a couple of these moon shots tonight and be loading this right up on my computer. So I really can't see what it looks like through this screen here. But I mean, it's not due to the deficiencies in the screen. It's the sun's so bright at my back where I'm set up right now to be able to see, because the sun is way north. Of where it was when I first started coming here, I'll tell you that. Or the moon, I mean, the moon is way north. If I said sun, I'm talking about the moon. I don't know, I've never studied the patterns of the moon, never really gave it much thought, you know. But now I am. Why the interest? I don't know. You tell me, why are you interested? Let's watch this thing just kind of. Can't even hardly see it when you zoom out. Boy, you can see it when you zoom in. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Here she comes, maybe. Oh yeah. I'm gonna zoom it clear out. That's gonna crawl into view. There it is already. Look at how fast it's going across the sky. Hopefully I got it at the right inclination so that it'll run over the screen instead of bypass it. Looks like it's climbing. See that bird up there? You tell me you wouldn't see a satellite, motherfuckers? You tell me you wouldn't see a fucking satellite. I seen that bird and I'm zoomed in on that moon heavily. I didn't see that bird with my eye. I even looked up there to see where it was. And there ain't no birds up there to my eye. But I seen the bird fly across between me and the moon. And y'all did too. Y'all figure out it's flat one day. Maybe. Maybe you won't. Maybe you just be a dumb fuck your whole life. I wouldn't even care, but you fuck it up for me. And my grandchildren and my children. From your stupidity. I mean, I was never one to be anywhere square with government. But now that I know what they've done to maintain their control and their deception to do so, it gives me great comfort to do anything I can do to crash that thing known as democracy and government in general. I don't need no ruler. You don't need no ruler. Where are you going that you're gonna be lost? Uh-oh. And you won't find your way back home. Anyway, that's a half hour almost, folks. I'm gonna have to go memory and delete this because that's all I do with my video. I don't ever save it. Upload, delete. Upload, delete. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this, really. Can't wait for the P900. I don't think this 99 is going to go to rest, but the P900 is going to be specialized for certain applications that I've decided I'm going to venture with it. I'm going to start a new series. I've been Flat Earth 101 since I've found the Flat Earth was a reality. But I'm gonna start a new series looking for the curve. Maybe curve searchers or something like that. Uh-oh, now I did it. Yeah, once you do this, you'll lose it hard. I'll only find it by chance again now, without zooming out. I have to zoom way out now. There we go. Sister Moon, what are you?